can live over here instead. There you go. Alright guys, a proper good morning and welcome to day 26 of my trip to New Zealand. I am right now about 40 minutes outside of Picton, where I'm heading to take the ferry back to the North Island. The ferry ride takes about 3.5 hours. When I get to the South Island, I still don't really have a plan of where I'm going. I only have 3 days now to make it up to Auckland. First I need to find somewhere to, because it's been pretty hard to find somewhere to throw my trash here in New Zealand, because usually the dock campsite is very simple and they don't even have trash cans because they want people to take their trash with them, which I totally understand. But that also makes it hard to get rid of it, because when you find trash cans or anything in the cities or in the towns or villages, they usually have a note on them saying that if you throw domestic trash there, you can get fined up to $400. Where do I put my trash? You know, I usually carry my stuff in just a dry bag. They're easy to clean out of and easy to carry around. Let's get this day started. Taking the ferry back to the North Island felt like a bit of a turning point. Just like the trip truly began when I arrived at the South Island about a month ago, leaving it behind in some way also felt like the end. It was bittersweet seeing the South Island disappear, but something tells me I'll be back for more someday. As before, I spent the crossing chatting with fellow bikers, and this time I met Roger, who happened to be heading in the same direction as me. Alright, we got off the ferry. I'm here with Roger, that I met on the ferry, on his BMW 700. Don't really know how far we're gonna go today.
Maybe through the desert road?
Yeah, might be, yeah. You've been traveling on the South Island for a good couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just on your own?
Just on my own, and meeting neat people along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And going off the track and going into remote mine sites.
Yeah.
Just getting out, as far away from phone receptions and
people. Yeah. I usually say that it's not that I don't like people, I just prefer that there's less.
Yeah, tranquility and the isolation is good.
Yeah. We had ice cream, we had some coffee.
Yeah.
Good to go again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see how far we get.
Just remember, pretty dangerous roads, even though they look good.
Yeah.
It's busier roads in the South Island.
Yeah.
There were 5 people killed where all that traffic was going real slow.
Yeah.
Not long ago.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, it just happens.
Take it easy. No rush.
No rush.
We hit the road heading north, not really sure how far we'd go, but with a plan to enjoy a few good stops along the way. My goal for the day was to cover as much ground as possible so I could take it easy during the last couple of days of the trip.
Good?
Sorry?
Good?
Beautiful.
As the sun started sinking lower, the temperatures dropping with it, we found ourselves approaching the iconic Desert Road. Stretching about 65 kilometers along the eastern edge of Tongariro National Park, the highway climbs up to 1,074 meters above sea level, making it one of the highest major roads in New Zealand. And if you're lucky enough to catch it at the sunset like we did, you get treated with some epic views of the surrounding volcanoes. As stunning as the sunset was, it also meant that daylight was fading fast. Most of the remaining stretch was ridden in complete darkness. Not ideal. Riding at night here isn't just about missing out the views. There's also the risk of nocturnal animals like possums or even kiwis crossing the road, plus the challenge of dealing with oncoming headlights. Thankfully, we made it safely to a campsite on the shore of Lake Taupo, where we set up our tents and settled in for the night.
I'm here all packed up and ready to go. Roger left a little while ago. Really nice to ride along with him for a while. We were going in the same direction anyway. Yesterday was a bit of a long stretch from the Wellington up to here, Tarongo, where I'm right now. The ride through the desert road was so nice with the sunset and the colors and everything. Until the sun went down, it was completely pitch black dark. Tonight might be the last night camping. Haven't really made up my mind about that either, but yeah, anyway, I am ready to go. Alright guys, I am right now just south of Kopu, just at the root of the Coromandel half island, about to start going out there. I found a dock campground that I've booked a place for this evening. You know, stop and talk with people here saying I'm going up there. They're all like, oh, be careful, because the roads are twisty and yeah, people can be a little bit crazy on the roads. But hey, what's new? It's a weekend now though, so it's also probably more traffic than normal. We made it. I'm here. Found a really nice spot here under a big tree. The trip out here took a little longer than I thought it would. It's about 6:30 right now. Oh, hello, up here. First thing first, food, water, tent, walk. Alright guys, you know what's coming. Let's take a look at the map where I am today and where we rode yesterday and today. Crossed over from Picton to Wellington again after spending the night out here. Then I rode together with Roger that I met on the ferry. We did road number 1 all the way up to Jurangi. And that's where, sorry, up here, follow the camera. Here, Jurangi. We camped here-ish. Then today I made my way north on the east side of Lake Taupo up to Cambridge, and then I continued up here-ish up through the Coromandel, and now I am just south of Port Charles all the way to the tip here. I told myself I wouldn't, stress with these last days, and I kind of haven't, but at the same time I have. Like, I just want to get here. I just want to do that last thing, do the Coromandel, I don't know. I've been just really, like, in my head writing, kind of just forgetting to film, just being very present, I guess, which is nice for me. It's just that I forget to kind of film and include you guys in it. I just, very aware that my time here is coming to an end. And, with that, reflecting about the past month that it's been and what's to come, and just all that in general. For tomorrow, which is going to be my last full day here in New Zealand, I have booked a hotel actually just north of Auckland up here. I've been sitting out here, having a cup of tea, letting it get dark and just listening to the waves and the incredible starry sky up here that New Zealand is so famous for. It's funny because if you follow me for a while and you saw my other series, my previous series where I rode through Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden and Denmark, I spent 42 days doing that, and the last week there I was so done. Like, it just came to a point where I was like forcing myself to try to enjoy it, but then realized I didn't really. I was really tired and I wanted to go home. I haven't had that with this trip. I've been here for a month now. I feel like I could just have kept going. I've enjoyed myself so much. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Worth mentioning though, on my previous trip I also edited videos along the way. I started editing 2 videos a week while I was on the road. So most days I came into camp pretty early, like around 4 o'clock, and then I spent hours editing every evening, and that just honestly took away quite a bit of the joy, especially in the evenings, and just that stress with having to edit while I was writing. And now I haven't done that at all. I just decided I'm not gonna do that this trip. I'm just gonna be here, experience this and be present, and then go back home and edit and do all the work when I get home. Yeah, it's just learning and trying and failing and finding out, what's gonna work for me, because I'm kind of interested in doing this in the long run, and not just every now and then. Can you hear the waves? Oh, waves and the grasshoppers. Sometimes I kind of try to take a mental picture of moments that really stick with me, and I try to remember how things feels, what it smells like, what I can hear, what I just just capture the whole moment. So whenever I feel shit or I'm at home and bored and just really wanting to be out here, I can kind of take out that moment and just close my eyes and just remember exactly what it was like being here. Yeah, weird maybe, but now is enough yapping. I think I'll just say good night, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last day. Bye. I've been sitting here enjoying the last day in summer weather for a good 3, almost 4 hours now. We have about 4 hours to ride back to Auckland. I have a hotel booked for this evening, like I said, just to get indoors, shower, get things organized and wash a little bit before flying out tomorrow. Let's pack up for the last time for this trip. And yeah, get on the bike.
One thing that always seemed to happen at the end of a trip that I'm sure many of you can relate to is that no matter how much I try to slow down and savor the last moment, there's still this lingering sense of urgency I can't quite shake. Maybe it gets easier with time, or maybe it's just part of the experience. Still, I made the most of it, soaking up every bit of sun I could before heading back to the Norwegian winter.
Oh, the sun feels so good.
Will I be able to carry everything at once? And just like that, it's next morning and it's almost time to go and deliver back the bike. First, let's take a last look at the map where we've been riding. Yesterday night, I slept up here north of the Coromandel, rode back down the same way as we came up on the west coast, and then I did the coastline up to Auckland where I've slept in a hotel. And this is the route completed, you guys. That's 27 days worth of travels. Still a whole lot more to see. There's the whole east and west side and north side of the North Island, and still a whole lot left also on the South Island. So you can only do so much in a month. What final words for New Zealand, I wonder? I'm all pretty much all packed up. I've organized a little bit, sprayed my shoes with deodorant because I'm wearing all my gear on the plane. It's about almost 30-hour flight, 30-hour travel to get back home, and I'll be wearing most of my motorcycle gear because there's a weight limit of 30 kilos and they charge you $250 US for every 5 kilo overweight. So I need to pack as much as I can on my body into the flight. So that means I'm wearing my stinky riding gear. It's always so hard like make a conclusion or anything at the end of a trip like this. It's because it's been so much, you know, of this and that, and hey, we had a good chat every evening. I'm lucky and privileged enough to also look forward to come home, which yeah, I'm very happy about.
Thank you so much for following this trip in New Zealand, my first trip abroad, like really abroad, out of Europe. And I can't wait to take you along on the next.
That's it, you guys. After nearly 6,000 kilometers, it's time to deliver the bike back to Square, New Zealand. But all of the memories I get to take home with me. Memories of all the views that left me speechless, which there were many of. Of places that felt like stepping into another world. Of all the amazing people I met along the way who reminded me over and over again of the kindness in strangers and how great the moto community is. Oh, and the pies. All the pies. Of all the small moments that, when looking back at them, aren't really that small at all. Of the ever-changing weather, sun and rain and wind and frost and everything in between. And all the sunsets, each more stunning than the last. Of the few mistakes and challenges, once problems, now just stories and lessons. Hell, even the sandflies. Well, actually, no, not the sandflies. But for sure, the utter peace and feeling of freedom and belonging like nothing else. Those things we should never ever take for granted. Now, come on Andy, it's time to head back to Norway because we have new adventures to plan. Bye for now guys, I'll see you again in just a few weeks.